The path to post-traumatic growth, finding meaning and purpose after trauma. Finding meaning and purpose after trauma can be challenging. The path to post-traumatic growth means achieving positive changes in your behavior and thinking after experiencing trauma. It won't erase the pain, but it provides you with new ways to cope. Post-traumatic growth is like a rainbow at the end of a storm. While the trauma was devastating, you got help and you worked through its effects, and now you can reap some of the rewards if you intentionally choose to perceive it that way. Post-traumatic growth is an ongoing process, and there's positivity at every stage. But it does very much come in stages, and those stages show how you can thrive in the aftermath of trauma. The way you find new meaning in life, discover new purpose, and opportunities to grow and develop as a person. Stage 1. Appreciation of life. In this stage of post-traumatic growth, there is a gratitude for survival, a recognition that despite your trauma, you're alive, and there is relief in that. This is the stage of the process where you can identify precisely what you value. Stage 2 is relationships with others. In the second stage of post-traumatic growth, you start to recognize the important relationships in your life, the ones that are solid, true, and key to your health and happiness. What trauma often highlights is who you can count on, and it isn't always the people you expect to be able to lean on. Stage 3 is new possibilities in life. Post-traumatic growth isn't minimizing the suffering you've been through because of your trauma. It's the realization that you can re-evaluate your priorities and goals after surviving a trauma. Stage 4 is personal strength. Often people are shocked by their own levels of resilience when they're confronted with trauma. You're in it, and the only way out is to go through it. People are often surprised by the self-healing that comes and the personal strength they have to cope with trauma. The realization alone can lead to a stark increase in self-worth and self-esteem. It strengthens your emotional foundation and nurtures self-belief. Stage 5 is spiritual change. Whether you're religious or not, there is a spiritual change aspect to post-traumatic growth. Core values and beliefs evolve as a result of trauma. But whether they change or not, trauma often brings clarity to whether your priorities are right and whether they align with your values and beliefs. There are certain signs of post-traumatic growth to look out for, whether you recognize the signs in yourself or your family and friends can see it in you. A greater sense of self-reliance, profound development of resilience. You believe your interpersonal relationships have grown stronger. You have charted a new life path or changed trajectories. You have a greater sense of optimism about your endeavors and future goals. There is an increase in positive feelings and self-confidence after trauma. You have strengthened or redefined your values or spiritual beliefs. You have identified new skills and strengths since experiencing trauma. There's a notable increase in your ability to recognize the traits and skills that allowed you to cope with and overcome your trauma. You have defined new meaning in life or found a new purpose. Don't be afraid to make changes in your life and prioritize new goals from the lessons you've learned. Life is for living, and while you can't undo the trauma you've experienced, you can try to make something good happen from it.